Hey Gun, hope you're good, mate.
Right, just do a quick test. Can you all hear me?
Yes, we hear you.
Awesome. Right.
Yes.
Awesome. Right, answering your direct question, I'll live. I flat out refuse to give you guys a dreary version of me because it's not pretty. So sometimes if shit goes really south like it did for me, I don't do it. I wait until I'm all back up and with it because it's not fair. Now, I have seen something marvelous. I have seen the fact that there's wet conditions on the loading screen, and this is dry, so this is going to go perfectly. We'll give it a couple of minutes just for some people to come in.
Come to watch my last race wheel before my wheel goes boom boom in feature.
Oh, no, no. Oh dear. I've heard a lot of people having issues with wheels. Funny enough, I think a fair few of them are in this tier. Oh dear. So I'm not going to really go through too much of the standings because not much has changed. Put it that way. We kind of have a good idea at the top group. I will go through the standings at the end of this race, and then if I do another comms today, or if not today, it'll be tomorrow. I will do, what was it? Tokyo. And then we're all caught up ready for Autopolis, which I unfortunately won't be racing, so I won't have any idea of what strategies is. It's the most it's the only confirmed wet race of the season. This race, however, was wet for a fair few people, myself included. Right, I need to get my buttons the right way around. 2 seconds. Just a moment. There we go. Awesome. So, first time I see Sir Tracy back on the grid, serving, I believe they're serving their qualifying ban for Lagor Maguire. So, hopefully they have a bit of a better race this race. We then got D-Dubs in 15th, Weapon in 14th, Obi-Wan in 13th, with Jezza in 12th, Dangers in 11th. So both Jaguars struggling a little bit here in the qualifying session. We then got Radiate in 10th, Kanata in 9th, Astros in 8th, so the Porsche's not doing that great in the qualifying session either. We then got BT in 7th, NTO in 6th, Zab in 5th. So Zab in the Lexus rounding off the top 5. He might get an okay start. He might get swamped up by BT there in 7th. We then got Yuri. Oh god, English is going to be the fall of me today. Yuri with, I believe, his best qualifying session. There we go. Of the season so far in 4th position. We then got Tom in 3rd, Rocket in 2nd, and our championship lead, I believe it's our championship leader from memory, in 1st. If not, it'll be Tommy in 1st, who has won pretty much all the sprints, and we're going to get going straight away because the lights have already gone green. That Peugeot has got off to a great start. Tommy's got off to a great start too. Rocket's already slotting into the slipstream back behind. Yuri's not able to quite get up the inside as there's contact. I say contact, but a little bit of contact. Can you hear me now? I shouldn't be muted. I did an audio test at the start and it worked.
Yes.
Have you guys... Right, let me answer me this. Did you guys hear the whole of that one, or do I need to go back and redo it? Oh, fuck's sake. Right, we'll go back and redo it. So, as I was saying, the very... Okay. Right, we'll just go back. We'll come back to here. I'll restart. I'm here now. I'm here now. We'll restart.
Carry on from here.
Yeah, carry on from here. Danger. Great start from Danger. Isn't it? NTO back down into 7th position. BT gets a good start and makes it up to 8th. Radiate's in 9th. Obi-Wan and... There's a little bit of a delay between when I hear the comments and when you guys write them. So... Right, stay in. I think it might be the audio jack of my controller to headset. Yeah. Right, we're going to carry on. Radiate goes up the inside of BT. BT goes a little bit wider, grabs the speed of... Can't fucking speak English. You know what, we'll just watch it from here. Screw it. You guys know what goes on. I need to see what happens here though. NTO goes for a very late move, very late on the brakes, goes up the inside of Danger. Danger looks at the switchback, gets the switchback done. NTO falls back down to 7th position as we're coming through this twisty section. I've noticed on the moisture meter it's a little bit damp. It's going to dry out very, very quickly though. So you've got to be very careful with your throttle application through here. And speaking of throttle application, Radiate, as I highlighted earlier, comes very, very tight line. Tries to get the tighter line to begin with, but BT fires it out the corner, uses the speed, gets a much straighter exit. So this is going to allow him to stay in the toe of NTO just ahead of him. Astro putting Obi-Wan under pressure at the moment. Obi-Wan trying to squeeze Astro all the way to the right hand side. Obi-Wan breaks very, very early. The weapon tries to go around the outside, holds the outside line. Obi-Wan comes out the corner, doesn't quite give weapon as much space as maybe he ought to have, but he regains the position. Well, yeah, we got back to where we were. So I might have audio, I might have headphone issues. Yay. Yippee for me. Kanata goes up the inside of weapon down to 13th. Kanata up to 14th. A fantastic move up the inside. Very, very smooth, very clean and efficient. So both Porsches are now trying to make their way forward. It's not really a sprint car, it's more of a feature car. So these guys are going to have to really try their hardest as Danger rewrites the track layout to be coming up to the short... Oh, he doesn't rewrite the track layout. NTO rewrites the braking zone. NTO... Oh, was he hit? No, NTO rewrites the braking zone. Through goes BT. BT's capitalised absolutely wonderfully. So double position for BT. NTO doesn't gain anything either. If anything, he loses out 2 positions. Don't think anything was reported here, as both the two up ahead missed their apex. We're going to go a bit further forward as Rocket loses a position to Tom. Tom's got half-second penalty and kept his line very, very tight. Yuri now in the slipstream of the 2 cars ahead. There goes the penalty line. There goes the penalty. So through goes Yuri, down goes Tom. Zab's a bit too far away to really sort of capitalise, and Tom's falling off the back. Rocket defends to the right hand side of the circuit. Yuri comes across to the left. Are we going to see... Now he switches to the right last minute, tries to fake the move. Are we going to see an AMG 1 and 2 for the first time this season? That's not going to help you, Yuri. Off onto the AstroTurf. It's just going to lose him a little bit of traction and a little bit of speed. We're going to go back a couple of cars. Danger and Astro having a little battle, and Astro's giving Danger a little bit of a push. I think a little bit of a mistaken push. NTO's losing positions left, right and centre at the moment. We're going to try and keep an eye on what's going on back here too. NTO uses the speed. Sits this car on the inside, not quite close enough for Astro to really sort of make any gains of anything. Astro gets a wonderful exit, but that Jag is just too strong out the slow corners. Astro's going to have to try something different. We come through the right into the final sector, a very, very tricky sector. You'll be so patient with the throttle application here. Danger defends the inside line, holds the middle of the circuit, keeps the car nicely rotated as well. It's good to see different variations of lines through here. Some people take it really wide and then cut in at the end to get for speed. Some people take it quite sharp and shallow. It's nice to see different variations. Not everyone's running the same line, which is good to see. We're going to go a bit further forward. Afternoon Blue Grid. BT's on the back of Zab. Zab's done his move to the right and now back to the left. He's come back to the racing line. He's out of defensive moves. BT's got a good run. He's now up the inside. He's got the move done at the yeah, he has got the move done at the apex. Zab can't really do too much about that, so through goes BT, down goes Zab. Yuri's just falling off the back of Rocket at the moment. We're going to come back a couple of cars. Is that a penalty? Yeah, there you go. Thought that'd be a penalty. NTO just cutting a little bit too much grass on the inside of the corner. Oh, Astro comes in very hot into the back of Danger, nearly hits the back of him. Danger doing a fantastic job at the moment, holding up this Porsche. We'll have a little look through the grid in a minute. Astro sniffing the inside of his of Danger Mouse's bumper at the moment. That's a different line, NTO. Right, we're going to have a look through the grid. So, Obi-Wan's in 10th, Radiate's in 11th, Jess is in 12th, D-Dubs is in 13th, so great, a couple of laps from D-Dubs. So Tracy's in 14th, Kanata's in 15th. What has happened to you? Actually, it was a couple of laps ago. I'm not really going to go too far back. I missed it. And then Weapons had a horrible lap too. Actually, I might go back. So these guys just have a little coming together.
I was killed.
I mean, it sums it up well. So I just want, I think it, oh. Okay, this is an interesting turn of events. That, huh? Sorry, one last time. Just want to see the steering input then, because I thought he was turning right. Right, okay, I see what happened. So, fair enough, Weapons waited. We need to get through this bit. So, Weapons waited for Kanata. Kanata's now trying to regain... We need to go forward another lap. We got to about here. There we go. This is where we got to. So, Kanata's now trying to do a bit of a recovery drive. He's got 6 laps to potentially make it to the top 10. He's got Search Racer just ahead of him. He's doing a slightly different line at the moment. He's got a great exit coming out the corner as well. Already side by side, now starting to get past the Lexus driver. The Lexus driver's got a half-second penalty as well. So we're going to go further forward. That's a free position pretty much. Astro and Danger still having their little battle at the moment. Astro's got a good run. He's now got very much up the completely alongside up the inside, holds the inside line nicely. Danger tries to get the switch back. Astro completely denies it and shuts that idea down very, very firmly. Astro now up into P7. Danger, what is he going to do in response? He's going to try and get a good run coming into turn 2, technically 3, or whichever you want to refer to it as. Astro up into P7. He's going to keep P7 this time around. We're going to check up the front of the grid. Not much is changing. We're not even going to look at first because he's sandbagging last season. No, he's not. I'm not even going to look at first position. It's not quality entertainment as you guys want and as you guys have come to expect to see in an ALR stream. NTO's in 10th position. Jez is in 11th. D-Dubs, the other McLaren driver, is in 12th position at the moment. Radiate's in 13th. Kanata's next target.
Feature is gonna have plenty of
Excellent. Excellent. We like a good bit of entertainment here at ALR. You guys paid enough money for it. We may as well provide us the services. Right, we're going to go a bit further forward. NTO has got a fantastic run on Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan's already defending to the right-hand side, to the inside of the circuit. NTO's giving him a good old push down this back straight. Now it's time to attack. Now it's time to overtake. Let's come out turn one. Jag gets fired up. That McLaren is strong and mighty. It's not quite as strong as the Jag coming out with the slow speed stuff, as Obi-Wan is very well demonstrated. We're going to go forward a couple of cars. Zab is now trying to re-attack BT for 5th position. As further up ahead, we're going to go back a position or two. Well, I say position or two, we're going to go back about half a lap. Clearly, because I don't have eyes that work anymore, apparently. We're going to see probably one of the only times Yuri makes a decent move this season. So as you can see, Yuri holds it right out wide. Rocket kind of holds it slightly tight. He holds then the wider line. Yuri hooks the car up very nicely, fires it out the final corner. Yuri holds the middle of the racetrack, comes to the right, tries to defend the right-hand side as much as he can. That Ferrari giving Yuri a big old push down the straight. Now it's time to attack. Yuri's just got a bit too much speed in that AMG. Holds the apex absolutely wonderfully up into P2. So we've got an AMG 1-2 at the moment. So BT still holding on to 5th position. Zab's in 6th. He's got to be a little bit careful though, because he's got a very, very quick 911 of Astro just behind him with 4 laps to go. Kanata still behind Radiate at the moment. He's holding a wider line. Let's jump on board with Kanata. See how he can do this time. He's going to have the double toe coming down the straight. D-Dubs is already pulling over to the right, trying to break this toe a little bit. Kanata's got a very, very, very strong run this time. Is he going to push Radiate? No, he's going to go for the move. He's got a little bit of overspeed, but Radiate is in the slipstream of D-Dubs just ahead of him. Oh, Kanata brakes very, very late indeed. Bails out of it, decides to flick to the left. Why has Sir Tracy come into the pits? Either I'm failing to recognise and see something, or Sir Tracy's doing a godly strategy of some description of going on to inters. Because I know there's rain coming because I saw it at the end. But looking up at that sky, I wouldn't say there's much to be worried about. I'm sorry, hold up a minute. So, okay, well, you completely cut the corner, fine, fair enough, but you come in off Old Soft to come out onto... Huh? Whatever. At this point, whatever. So, Mr. Lonely up front. Mr. Lonely up front, all on his own at the moment, controlling the pack. Should be. Your tier 3 driver is currently pulling away at the moment. Sorry, tier 2 driver is currently pulling away at the moment. Yuri doing a fantastic job in the second AMG, holding up the. His genius is beyond our understanding. It must be. Yuri upholding the reputation of the AMG at the moment, the only one doing any sort of work for the AMG. In second position, we then got Rocket in third, Tom's in fourth, BT's in fifth in the Peugeot. Great job by BT at the moment. Astro's in sixth, having recently passed Zab for seventh. Danger's in eighth. Obi-Wan is still in ninth, having a big multi-lap battle now with NTO, who's in 10th. Jez is starting to close the gap a little bit in that Ferrari in 11th. D-Dubs is in 12th. Radiate's in 13th, being chased down by Kanata, who's still struggling to get through at the moment, who's in 14th position. I think he's struggling to catch up to the back at the moment. We then got Weapon in 15th. And then we got Sir Tracy, who's just served their penalty, coming over the line for 16th at the moment. I think the only real battle at the moment is probably for P9 or P10. Nope, that's opened up. Let's come back here. Let's join Kanata for a minute. Kanata's the closest car to another car on the entire circuit at the moment.
Overtaking was so hard in the Porsche. You see the top end is so horrendous.
Yeah. Kanata sticks his nose up the inside of Radiate. Radiate sees it and pulls out. D-Dubs is doing an absolute wonderful job of holding these two up at the moment. The Porsches, yeah, you guys do struggle on the back straight, but the rest of the track, you guys should be reasonably good. I get sometimes like you have bad races. Everyone has bad races. I especially had a horrible race here. One I did not want to relive. I don't want to relive it if I can. Kanata in the slipstream now, has a bit of overspeed. Can he finally get through? Very late on the brakes, a little bit later on the brakes, holds the inside line. Finally, Kanata's gone up into P13. Holds P13, Radiate tries to get out of the corner, can't quite get the car in the position he wants it to, so finally Kanata's up into 13th. We're going to go forward a couple of cars as both Jaguar drivers are close on track together. I've commentated these two many times before, and every time I've seen these commentate these two, they are teammates. So these two must get on very, very well. We're going to come back, D-Dubs. What can he do? What defence can he offer up to Kanata? Kanata's got a great exit coming out of the left hairpin. Got completely alongside as we come into the final sector of this race. D-Dubs brakes a little bit late, drives it around the outside. That's a wonderful move around the outside there by D-Dubs' defence. It's P12 perfectly. He keeps the speed as well. Kanata's going to have to think again about how he wants to pass. He's holding that tight line again. Yeah, that was a very special good move. That should be in the overtake submit, or I say overtake submissions, I'd probably say defence submissions. That was a wonderful move. Kanata gets a much better exit. He's going to push D-Dubs as well. He's going to try and pull away from Radiate just a little bit, give him that breathing room that he needs. We're going to go forward a couple of cars. We're going to go for, oh dear. First of all, we're going to go up to here. Because I just witnessed something, and then we're going to go and check on P3 and P2. Okay, that's just a really, really bizarre line. Okay. So, Rocket's caught up to the back of Yuri. Rocket now pulled out of the slipstream. He's gone to the left-hand side, not the right-hand side. Yuri sticks in the middle of the circuit brake. They both brake at about the same sort of time. Yuri holds that inside line wonderfully. We're going to come back a couple of cars too. Astro now up the inside of Zab. Zab's now down into 7th position. BT still holds 5th as we're on the final lap of this race. BT opening up a little bit of a gap to Astro, who's in that Porsche at the moment. Zab's down to P7. We're going to come back a couple of cars. Kanata finally has gotten through. He's in P12 now. Gotten past D-Dubs. Let's go back and have a little look. Inside move, yeah. Lay on the brakes, inside move. Oh, hello. You guys weren't wrong. This is a very entertaining race. I love it. Oh, did Radiate just... Huh? Why did... What? What did you just do? You lifted as if you were just going asleep. Anyway, you guys never failed to baffle me. So, come back a couple of cars. Let's go back up to the front. Rocket versus Yuri. The battle for P2. Rocket has got a few corners left before.
Go off, brake, accelerate, and brake again.
I don't know. It baffles me. Sometimes you guys never fail to baffle me, and that's what I love about the commentary stuff, especially when I get groups like this lot. Great fun to watch and consistent action and different ways of doing things. But we're going to come to the man who is a tier 2 driver in Hull, has had to do absolutely no work whatsoever. Tommy comes over to win the sprint race. Yuri's done all the work for the AMGs this race. Comes over second. Rocket's in third. Tom comes over line for fourth. BT just holds on to fifth. Astro's in sixth. Zab's in seventh. Danger's in eighth. Obi-Wan's ninth. NTO's in 10th. Jess is in 11th. Kanata's in 12th. D-Dubs holds 13th and just about holds 13th from the weapon, who's in 14th. Radiate comes over the line for 15th. How did you just get rid... How have you gotten rear damage? You're on your own. How have you got rear damage? Yeah, that explains it. Let's get through. There we go. And then we've got Sir Tracy at the back of the pack. I was assuming rain would come in because the waiting screen had rain on it, so I was assuming rain, but maybe you guys had it at the start. So Tracy comes over the line for 16th. Yeah, I was expecting this at the end. Not sunny weather and vodka martinis.
Race standings are wrong.
What do you mean standings are wrong?
I finished in 6th, but 5th had penalty.
That might be... Why have I only got... Ah, for fuck's sake. I thought I saved all this.
So I should have been 5th, not 6th in the standings.
You might need to get onto your helper about that. I wouldn't know about that one.
Unless I'm stupid.
Probably. No, it might be worth just double checking where you finished in the actual race and then sort of go through and see if like reports and things like that were put in the sprint. It might just be worth going through and checking. If the standings are wrong, then yeah, they definitely need to be amended. But I'd love to know why Sir Tracy pitted from soft tyres to new
Unless
soft
the
tyres.
penalty was for the feature.
We'll find out. We will find out.
Actually, I think I'm mixing them too. Carry on.
Okay. Well, I'm going to carry on anyway. Right, so whilst Astro decides to screw his head on and figure out what race he's talking about, we're going to have a little look through the grid. So,
Don't mind me.
oh, we won't. Oh, we won't. Right, we're going to carry on. The two stops is optional here. The pit lane's kind of longish. But the one stop will definitely dominate a lot of these cars. But the MR cars can do... Well, probably can do. There's a high chance can do a medium soft. Whereas the FRs, for example, like... There we go, like the Jaguars, definitely can't. You'd have to do some serious tyre management. Absolute serious fuel and tyre management. And it will not benefit you at all. So, NTO with the reverse pole has got on the mediums. Obi-Wan's on the mediums too, as well as Danger, so both the Jaguars are doing the same strategy. Zab's the first driver on the hards, he's in 4th. Astro's in 5th on the hards, PT's on hards. Hards. Okay, Sir Tracy and the top 3 are all on mediums. Okay. So I'm expecting the top 3 to get going reasonably soon and shortly. NTO, take us away over the start-finish line as everyone ducks into the slipstream. The Jaguars usually get off very, very well and very quickly, as everyone is demonstrating. NTO already having to defend to the right-hand side of the circuit. Everyone's pressuring already to the outside as death and destruction is behind us. What has happened here? I need to go back and have a look. Oh, Tommy goes flying up the inside. Oh, it was further up ahead. Oh, hello. Mister, don't mind me. What have you done? Oh, he's braked a bit too late. He's hit the back of Zab. He's given Zab a push in the correct direction. Through goes BT. Another great overtake done by BT. Rockets. Look, what have you done? You see this? Funny enough, I can't really speak. No, I'm not going to speak because I did. We're carrying on. We're glossing over this for a minute. Tommy's up into 8th position. Okay, we really need to have a talk about this. There's a pedal in the middle called the brake. It's very useful. I hit. Oh my god, there's more carnage. Right, we need to stop talking shit. We need to carry on. BT up into 4th position. Zab and Yuri fighting for 5th at the moment. Yuri gets the benefit of it. Zab now down into 6th. Tommy's just behind in 8th. Rocket's in 7th. What does Rocket do? Zab and Yuri having a good fight. Oh, Rocket just drops it all on his own. Slides across the front and then completely takes out Kanata with him. Oh dear. We also seem to have lost a driver. Who have we lost? So, Kanata having a horrible time here at Fuji. Rocket not having a great time either. Sir Tracy's up into 13th. Are we on auto drive with Sir Tracy? No, we're definitely not on auto drive with Sir Tracy. Sir Tracy just got their hazards on. Radiate and Sir Tracy having a little battle. Sir Tracy goes up the inside of Radiate, gets the car to rotate. It's a good move done by Sir. Oh no! So you're going to have a horrible race now. Ah, it was Tom. Okay. Wait. D-Dubs. Oh yeah, D-Dubs had a power cut, didn't he? So there's a fair few people here not having a great time at the moment. Weapons in 10th position, Jez is up into 9th, Zab's down into 8th, Astro is now up into 7th. Tommy, after an entire lap, has gone up 4 positions. That is an incredible job done by Tommy. Astro and Zab having a fight going into turn 1. Astro's got the inside line, Zab's going around the outside. Can Zab hold it around the outside on his hard tyres? He's trying to, but he's not going to be able to. Astro gets a fantastic exit. What has happened to Yuri as well? As we need to go forward and look at what's happened up front too. Okay, Yuri just can't drive at the moment. I've missed so much stuff because of the carnage in the back. Sorry, we're going to go back and just double check this. Obi-Wan gets a monster drive coming out of the left-hander into the triple right, excuse me. Goes up the inside of NTO. NTO now down into P2. Is he going to try and fight back? He's going to give it a go, but decides to bail out of it. Doesn't quite make the corner. He loses a little bit. I know you told me it'll be entertaining. There's more carnage going on at the back, and I'm missing everything up front. I blame you and your teammate for that. So let's come out the final corner as we finish lap 1. Obi-Wan's going to lead us. NTO's in 2nd. I don't think he's quite in slipstream. He's not quite in slipstream range at the moment, as Danger gives NTO a very hefty shove in the back. BT's going to get involved too. BT's in. Oh no, we can definitely blame NTO for this though. He outbrakes himself completely, goes completely off circuit. Through goes BT as well. BT goes through on Danger, so Danger now down into P3. BT up to P2. He's the fastest hard tyre runner of the lot at the moment. And then got NTO in 4th. Tommy's in 5th. Astro's now in 6th position. We're back to where we were. Jez is in 9th, looking at trying to overtake Zab at the moment in 8th position. Weapons just behind. Oh, Jezza. Jez is up to his usual tricks. Weapon goes up the inside as Jezza loses the rear of the car. I think he might have to have done a slight bit of evasive action from Zab. Although Jezza's not done yet, he's trying to counter-attack on Weapon. Weapon got the inside line, Jezza's got the outside line. It's doable around the outside, we've seen it. But Jezza slots in behind. Although he's just hung. Oh. So Tracy goes up the inside. Great move done by Sir Tracy. 5 positions already for Sir Tracy. So great opening couple of laps. We're going to go further forward as Tommy's gone up the inside of NTO. We need to stay up here. Danger's trying to go up the inside of BT. Tommy's gone up the inside of NTO. So NTO going down, Tommy going up. He's in P4 at the end of lap 2. I think he's just about in the slipstream of that Jaguar ahead of him. He's going to try and drag NTO with him. Danger giving BT a hefty old shove because he knows Tommy's coming up behind very, very quickly. Now it's time to attack. That second shove might not have been a good idea as Danger's very late on the brakes. Gets to the inside. BT looking for that switchback at the moment. Danger holds second position. BT unable to capitalise and re-overtake after all of this. Obi-Wan is just pulling and pulling and pulling away at the moment. Tommy closing in on the back of BT. Finds his nose up the inside. Has to slide behind at the moment. Another opportunity will come. Speaking of another opportunity, here it has come. Tommy has gotten a lot better traction and a lot better drive coming out of the left-hander as we now come down the hill. Tommy's on the outside, BT's on the inside. BT's going to break a little bit later. Still fighting hard for that third position. Here comes Astro too. Astro's going to get involved with this as he nearly collides into the back of NTO in the Mercedes, no, McLaren, excuse me. Tommy looks at the inside and switches out to the outside, opens up that corner. He's going to try and open up this one as well. He's going to use the straight line speed of that AMG NTO. Doesn't stick his nose up the inside. He's being a bit smart here, trying to stay in the back of Tommy's slipstream. That's not going to help. Sorry, I just got a message from one of the drivers in this race I'll have to have a look at in a moment. So NTO short shifts up into 6th. Well, doesn't stop holding it in 5th. Tommy used the overspeed, can't quite get close enough to the back of BT. Everyone holding position at the moment. Yuri in 7th position. As we're going to come back here. We got Weapon versus Sir Tracy. Sir Tracy all the way to the inside, Weapon to the outside. Jez has dropped right off the back of these two. Sir Tracy goes deep into the corner. Weapon gets the switchback. Applies the power, slams the throttle all the way down to the ground. He's going to get back through. So Tracy's doing a great job at the moment trying to carve his way through the field whilst his medium tyres are a lot healthier than everyone else's. We're going to go back further forward though. Tommy's still trying to get past BT. BT's doing a fantastic job at defence at the moment. He's really allowing these two Jags to try and pull away from this group. Bear in mind the two Jags are on the mediums as well. But to be fair to Tommy, this might not be a bad thing sitting behind another quick driver on the hards. My reasoning for that is use the slipstream, fuel save a bit, makes your stops a little bit shorter, but he's going to go for it. But Tommy's gone up the inside on the second to last corner. Oh, he lights up the rear tyres, nearly stacks it on himself. Oh dear. BT goes into the back of Tommy. Tommy's trying to brake and get that car to turn and rotate. Tommy's going to get a good run. BT's got a good run as well, as they're now side by side as we're coming down this front straight. Can NCO help a driver, or is he going to help his eSports teammate? He's staying in the slipstream of Tommy. Tommy's on. He's going to help him. Yeah, he's going to help his teammate. Tommy's had help from his eSports teammate, as Tommy now goes up into P3. Astro's got a fantastic run. Gone around the outside of NTO, tried to challenge BT around the outside, got hung out to dry. Astro's now back down to where he started. Yuri's going to be catching up to the back of this pack too. So Tommy's now been unleashed. Tommy's now free in P3 on lap 5 to try and start hunting down these Jags. BT's in 4th position. Yuri closing in on the back of Astro. Let's have a little look through the rest of the pack. So, everyone's setting the pace at the moment. On lap 5 his tyres don't look too bad, to be brutally honest with you, and the fuel doesn't look that bad either. Danger's tyres are looking a lot better. Tommy's just behind. He's got a little bit more fuel, but the Jags do drink the fuel quite heavily and quite a lot. BT's in 4th, doing a fantastic job in the top 4. NTO's in 5th. Brownright's starting on pole, but he is on the hard tyres. Excuse me, he's not. No, he's not. He's on the medium tyres. So NTO's struggling a little bit here in this feature race. Astro's in 6th on the hards. He's now dropped Yuri, who's in 7th. He's doing pretty well as well in 7th position. We then got Zab in 8th. Jez is in 9th. He's managed to get back past these two. So when did this? So Jezza in 9th position at the moment. Back in the top 10. Weapons in 10th. So Tracy's in 11th, starting from the back of the pack on the mediums. Now we're sort of lap 6. Tyres are now wear is now going to become a thing. The hards might be just as effective as the mediums at some points, as Weapons goes defensive into the left-hander. So Tracy now alongside, as we're now going to go not quite side by side, now it will be side by side through the double right-hander. So Tracy might have the move done as we come into this next right-hand corner at the end of this sector. As just behind us we got Kanata going up the inside of Radiate too. So Tracy goes through for 10th, Weapons down to 11th, Radiate's in 12th, now being challenged by Kanata, who's going to go up the inside again, gets the move stuck and done this time. Oh, Radiate nearly dumps it, as we now lost another driver. We've only got 14 now. Radiate takes a much different line to Kanata. Kanata takes a much wider entry, tighter apex, gets the power down a lot earlier. There's the difference in lines. D-Dub's in 14th, and our last driver on the grid at the moment. So who did we lose then?
It's me who left. Season overview.
Oh yeah. Sorry, Rocket. I was thinking, hang on, we lost another one. Well, I hope you get your wheels sorted out soon. Oh, Astro comes in at a very fast rate of knots, closes in the back of BT, avoids BT and slams on the brakes, gets the move done, but BT's got a great exit. NTO's gone through for 4th position. BT's now fighting hard for 5th position. Astro's up on the inside. Oh, BT tries to chop the nose off Astro. You can't really do that, especially when a car's there, as he rejoins and Yuri slams into the back of him. No damage to either car. And it's a horrible corner to try and avoid drivers too, because you're already putting so much load through the front tyres as you come through it. Trying to keep as much speed as you can, really. As we come into this final section, what can Yuri do over BT? Everyone now starting to take the wider line. Everyone's starting to follow each other through and realising that actually that might be the slightly quicker line. Let's go a bit further forward. What time did you do? 37.8, 38.4. So the mediums of danger starting to drop off now. Who's that in the pits? Weapons come into the pits very early. Like, very early. I run 37.6. So everyone's still pulling away a little bit from the pack. Weapons elected to stop very early for some reason.
Yeah, so the weapon, realized I didn't have the pace, was losing time to those in front and behind. So I had to do something drastic. Alright.
No, fair enough. Drastic measures, I like it. Mine. You kind of did something very similar to me. I had a horrible opening lap and ended up being this far behind. So I did something completely drastic. Did a couple of laps on the hards, went to a full tank, another set of hards, then basically went to the final 3 laps of the race and then went softs and got fastest lap. That was my race here. It was a horrible race. Don't want to do it again. Don't want to relive it. But it is what it is. So Yuri back in 7th, Astro back down into 6th position. That's happened over this lap. Let's come back a couple of corners. So BT's a little bit far back, I wouldn't say too far, a couple of car lengths. Does he send it on the brakes? He does send it, very much send it on the brakes. There's a tiny little list of contact and touches as we come through the apex of turn 1. So BT's back up into 5th. Astro's down to 6th. We're going to go back forward a couple of clicks. No, I don't blame you for trying something drastic and different. It might work for you. Astro gets up the end alongside. He's going to try and go up the inside. BT slams the door very firmly shut in front of him. Zap goes off in the background, re-evaluating track limits. As we come through this twisty final section, this is where the different lines are going to start showing. Who's going to take a slightly wider exit then, or entry? They're all sort of taking the similar lines now. Yuri's gotten a little bit closer. BT swerves to the left, swerves to the right. He can do that once. Okay, I'd probably say that's within half a second. So I've reread the rules at the start of the season. You're allowed to weave to break the toe if the gap is over half a second. That was not half a second. As Astro sends it up the inside very late on the brakes, goes through and up into 5th position, holds the line and holds the position. So great move done by Astro. BT trying his absolute best to break the toe and hold position. I think he's struggling a little bit. His tyres are about the same as everybody else's. Tommy's in 3rd, slowly starting to chase down Danger at the moment. Yeah, going back to BT on the back straight for a second. It says in the rules, and I'm 90% sure this is what it says, but I can be wrong and someone might need to correct me. Especially a helper or a steward. You're allowed to weave to break the toe and only to break the toe if the car is outside half a second. As Kanata slides up the inside of Jezza. Absolutely wonderful move done by Kanata. Starting to pick up the pace again. So Tracy's just behind. Their tyres are almost dead. So I'm expecting Sir Tracy to come in within the next couple of laps. Maybe go onto the hards. But yeah, going back to... where is it? BT. The weave on the straight, like I said, you can do it to break the toe if the gap between you and the car behind is over half a second. That didn't look like half a second to me, and also I think by weave they mean a move to the left or right and then back again. That I think is what they mean. I think that what BT did is frowned upon. I wouldn't say how much though. Again, could be wrong. It might be worth checking that with a helper or a steward. They'll have a much more better idea than I will, and I probably need to have a little look, speak to them as well. It wouldn't be a bad idea. Let's go back. Kanata already putting a little bit of a gap to Jezza. Jezza's in 10th, holding off Sir Tracy at the moment, who's in 11th. Had a very good opening 5 or 6 laps. Now the tyre wear is starting to catch up to him. But he could be on for a bit of an undercut here. We're going to go back up to P3. Tommy has caught up to the back of Danger. Danger is quite far off the back of his teammate. Let's count it. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi. It's about 5 seconds, about 5.5 seconds. Danger Mouse has also managed to get an absolute monster exit as we come out of the final corner, down the back straight. Tommy's just struggling to get into the back of that toe again, as he fires at the car all the way down through the gearbox. Come out of turn 1. I don't think Tommy's going to be able to do much at the moment. I'll keep an eye on him. NTO's in 4th. Astro's in 5th, doing a slightly different line. BT's in 6th, dropping a little bit off the back of Astro at the moment. Yuri's in 7th. I think a lot of people are now just starting to set into a routine. Now this is the section that we're going to come to where the Jags are going to struggle just a little bit. Or I felt they struggled a bit. How the tyres doing? Yeah, Danger's tyres are starting to drop off. So everyone's... They could come in this lap. I think they might try and extend as long as possible. But Tommy's a lot closer now. Definitely in the slipstream. Let's see how close he can get. I don't think he's going to be close enough to make a move. We'll probably be in the next lap or so, I reckon. We're going to come back a couple of cars.
13.9 if the gap between drivers is less than half a second. Any braking the toe is not permitted and will be classed as leaving on TH.
There you go. Thank you very much. That answers the question. So yeah, I think you've got to be a little bit careful. As a bit of puff of smoke says to me, Astro's gone into the back of NTO. No one's gone off circuit. No one's getting a position as Astro finds a different driving line. So that little bit of contact's pulling the BT back into the battle for 4/5th position. These guys are all now starting to close up a little bit. Yuri sets his personal best of the race so far. Let's see what happens through this next couple of sequence of corners. So I've got 2 fights to watch here. I've got watch Tommy as well as Danger goes off a little bit wide. This is going to put him under a lot more pressure now.
I was waving to stay in the slip. Didn't keep in mind the fact Yuri was behind me.
Well, it wasn't. Hang on, I'll tell you in a second. As Danger is on the right, Tommy's on the left. Both Jags are coming in, so this is going to release Tommy. Everyone's come in, Danger's dropped down, NTO's coming in, Astro staying out. Medium runners are now going to start coming in to do their pit stops and go onto the mediums. NTO's got the most amount of fuel out of all of them that are stopped at the moment. Tommy's going to take the lead. Yuri's in 4th at the moment. Zab's up into 5th. Radiate's going to promote himself up to 6th position as we now got a lot of people in actually, including D-Dubs. Who's coming into 11th. Weapon's now going to go up into 7th position, doing something totally different to everybody else. going to go absolutely flying past Obi-Wan, but Obi-Wan's going to be coming out the pits. He's going to hold the inside line. Weapon gives him the space. Wait, I missed... Where? Where have I missed a murder? Ooh, murder. Oh, yep, that's definite murder. So let's break this down and let's have a little look. BT coming in, taking a tighter line. Oh, you can't be doing that. I'm sorry, but you can't be doing that. The door was never going to stay open. I get you're taking a different line. I get that's your normal line. As off goes Zab as well. So Zab had third temporarily, but decides to outbrake himself and not make the corner. Yeah, that's a bit naughty, I will admit. A door shutting like that, there is never a move on. I get it, here at the moment, you're like, oh, open door, but the way I think, yeah, that was a bit murderous. I'm sorry, but that is my opinion. If that was reported, it's down to the stewards to decide what the outcome of that is and was. I'm not sure if it ever was. So Radiate's now into 5th. Astro's now down into 6th. Weapons in 7th. Obi-Wan out onto the hard tyres. He's in 8th position at the moment. Came out into a little bit of traffic, but Weapon managed to pull out a little bit of a gap. So let's see what happens. Tommy's coming into the pits, just sitting on the mini-map just above. Yuri's coming in. BT's coming in. Zab's coming in as well. Radiate's going to stay out. Astro's going to come in. Now, Weapon's on something totally different. He's going to do something completely different to everybody else. So he's going to have to stop a second time. Just looking around at the sky. There's got a pretty clear sky too. So, Obi-Wan's covered off Tommy well. Out comes Tommy. Here's Danger. The undercut's not really worked for Danger. He's come out behind Tommy, so Tommy's overshoot, or overcut as they say, has worked wonderfully for him. It's pulled the gap down to Obi-Wan lovely as Obi-Wan redefines the white line of track limits. NTO's come out in 6th on the hards, with Yuri just behind him in 7th. Yuri's in a fantastic position here. He's got 1, 2, 3. Well, he's got 2 cars ahead of him now on the hards. So Yuri needs to get his head screwed on. He needs to lock in and smash out some good laps. Just behind, we've got Zab in 8th, who's managed to overtake VT in the pits, who's come out in 9th position. And then got Kanata, who's in 10th. Stopped a lap earlier than everyone else. So the undercut for Kanata is working well as 2 for him. Jez is in 11th, D-Dubs is in 12th, Astro's all the way down in 13th, so he's got a lot of work to do at the moment. And so Tracy's come out in 14th. Not put that much fuel in. Radiate comes in, Weapon stays out. Now he's already been on the hard tyres, so he could do a medium now. He could just put another set of mediums on, put some fuel in, and off he goes. Hello. Oh no. NTO gets a bit of a love tap from Zab, who's just behind, and BT sends it right up the inside too, so Zab has accidentally managed to kill NTO. Kanata's now going to have a look. Yuri's having to defend from BT as well. BT's on the left, Yuri's on the right, as we're now going to go 2x2, not quite 2x2, sorry, 2 wide into turn 1. Zab turns in on Kanata like he's not there. He was very much firmly there on this replay, may I say. BT's got a good run. Yuri's defending the inside for this left-hand at turn 2.
It's not me. I was pushed into him.
Oh, you were pushed into him. Apologies. From the camera angle, it looked like it was you. So,
Only time I lead a race. I'll take it low.
many more will come, I can assure you. I thought that a few seasons ago. So BT chasing down Yuri. Yuri's doing a fantastic job at the moment. I just noticed BT's on the mediums as well. Yuri's doing a great job at the moment, holding and defending at the right places at the right time. Danger's just ahead and fourth. Tommy's in third, ahead of him, chasing down the net P1 in second. And then we got Weapon, who's leading for the first time, I believe, in his ALR career. He's going to take in every second of it. We're going to come back as it is carnage back here. So we're going to watch from Zap's point of view. We're going to catch pretty much every car doing their own thing. BT having a look up the inside. Yuri gives him the space. He's going to put his foot down a lot earlier than BT, sorry. So Yuri's gotten a good run, but he's now going to be under pressure from that Peugeot. The Peugeot is going to be giving him a good push. Kanata and BT falling behind. Jez is in 10th. Really, it's in 11th. D-Dub is in 12th. Astro's in 13th. And NTO is in a little bit further back. We're going to go further up ahead as Yuri has managed to use the speed of that AMG to pull himself ahead just a little bit. BT's now unable to have a little look up the inside at turn 1 as we're now going to come charging downhill to 2. Different drivers using different gears. We've got third and fourth gear being used throughout different parts of that corner. Oh, Kanata trying to find that little gap, trying to find that little bit of opening that he needs to potentially put BT off the racing line. Yuri's managed to pull open a little bit of a gap here. He's just gone purple sector 2, so Yuri could be on a good lap here. Zab putting a lot of pressure on Kanata at the moment. Kanata putting a lot of more pressure on BT as Kanata now goes up the inside, holds a very tight line. BT holds the wide line, gets the power down a little bit earlier as we're now side by side coming into the penultimate corner. We're going to watch from Zab's point of view here so we can see both of the cars on what's going on. Kanata holds the line, gets a good exit. It's now a race of power and who's got a good top speed. BT giving that Porsche a little bit of a push. Going up ahead, we got Yuri who's caught up to the back of Danger. Danger is now being passed by Yuri. Actually, I need to go back a few seconds as well, because the AMGs are synchronized driving at the moment. Both of them are attacking a Jaguar and both of them are passing a Jaguar. Tommy to the inside. He's going to try and get to the inside of turn 1. He's got to the inside of turn 1. Through he goes. Yuri's going to the inside of turn 1. Danger's on the outside. Hards versus mediums. We know how this is going to end. Through goes Danger. Oh, through goes Yuri, excuse me. Down goes Danger. Yuri now up into P4. Obi-Wan in P3. Tommy's up into P2. We could be looking at a double win here for Tommy. We just got Weapon ahead, and Weapon's still got to stop one more time. Yeah, I'm expecting him to stop in the lap or two. He could be doing a hard medium soft. Yuri in fourth, starting to open up a big bit of a gap. BT's opened up a gap to Zab, who's now managed to get past Kanata. Kanata's now under pressure from Jezza as well. Let's see the split time. Yeah, he's lost a heap of time here. What's happened? Oh dear. We're going to come on board. BT goes up the inside. Gets the move done this time. Oh, that's a big tank slapper from Kanata there. BT learned how to go up the inside of a Porsche at turn 1. Zab's now going up the inside of the same Porsche at turn 2, makes the corner this time too. So Kanata's lost a lot of time. Let's go to the split time, there we go. It was very well held, yeah, so easy he could have lost that. But Kanata's run has now had to be completely restarted. He's now got to redo all the work all over again. Let's go forward a couple of cars. Let's sit around this sort of middle section. We can try and keep an eye on all of you guys. Radiates in 10th. At the moment we got then D-Dubs in 11th. Astro's starting to catch up to the back of D-Dubs in 12th. NTO's in 13th, all on his own. Weapon comes into pits. This is released Tommy into the lead. And we got Sir Tracy at the back of the pack at the moment. Oh no, Sir Tracy left. Sir Tracy's left. So NTO is the last driver on the grid at the moment. So we had a couple of drivers leave this time. One for a very, very valid reason. One for unable to connect to the host, and then one, I think one was now left this race. Not left the lead, just left the race. We're going to stick here for a hot minute. We're going to check on Weapon in a moment as well. Danger doing a wonderful job trying to hold up BT as much as possible, but BT is just going a little bit too quick for him on the exit of the corner. Through goes BT up the inside, up into P4. Danger's down now into 5th. Where's Weapon? Yep, Weapon's come out on the softs just ahead of NTO, so Weapon's probably not going to make too much progress. He might be able to catch up to the back of the pack. He's got to make sure these tyres last though. So you do have to be a little bit cautious with those tyres. Not too cautious though. If you wanted to push, you probably could have pushed onto the mediums and then just done push laps and qualifying laps on the set of mediums, as Kanata has gotten a great run. He's now to the right hand side of Zab. Oh, he's in the slipstream of Danger. Danger's in. So no man's land at the moment. Kanata unable to get back through, and he's now ducked up back into the slipstream. He's got the double toe. Is he going to make a move? No, Zab's tried to go to the inside. He's trying to stick his nose up the inside. Can Kanata get through? As there's 3 wide, as we're having a massive scrap and squabble for positions. Let's go back and have a quick look at that from Zab's point of view here. That initial bit of contact there has caused a lot of this. There you go. So Zab is the meat in a horsepower sandwich at the moment. All of them are jostling and tossing for position. All of them trying to get their cars in the straight line and get going. This has now brought Jezza in. Jezza's going to have a little look. He is going to have a little look. Sends it out the inside as a snap of oversteer. It was a good shot by Zab. It was a very good move. How all of them are still alive and how none of them have died is also a very good question. Oh, Jezza sends it a second time. Absolutely launches it from a different century. Tries to get up the inside of Zab. Zab's going to hold position. Kanata's now side by side with Danger. Danger's on the left. Kanata's on the right. Kanata's going to have the advantage coming into this next corner. Through goes Kanata. Danger goes off onto the side. Zab's going to go through as well. Where can Jezza fall into this? As this is absolute chaos through it back here, and it's wonderful to see. Zab goes through, slides into the side of Jezza's. No, not Jezza, Kanata, excuse me. Danger's now down into 7th. Jez is the next one up to try and get past this Jaguar. Jezza gets that Ferrari fired up, but loses traction, has to lift out of it because Danger has a little bit of a loose moment coming out the corner. This has allowed Danger to just escape a little bit. Now Kanata, we're going to have another go at Zav. Is he close enough? He's not close enough to have a little look into turn 1. Jez is not close enough either, so we're going to stay behind with these guys for another lap or so. Never mind, hush my mouth. We're going to come back and look at that again. Starting with Kanata. So Zab goes very deep and very wide, all on his own. Danger does something similar. As a snap of oversteer, Jez is unable to capitalise, but he's close enough to sort of stay local to this fight. Let's go forward a few more cars. BT's in fourth at the moment, Yuri's in third, starting to chase down Obi-Wan, who's in second. We've got 5 laps to go, and Tommy is way out there in the distance.
Not too bad.
It's a good drive. We're not over yet. We've still got 5 laps. Anything can happen in a race. We know that. Well, you know exactly where you finished because this was a couple of weeks ago. But anyway, moving on. Jez are closing in on the back of Danger at the moment. He's been a little bit careful because anymore he needs to get this move done relatively soon, otherwise he's going to be under pressure and risk from Radiate, who's got much better tyres than he does. So let's see what can Jezza do this time.
Just check where I finished. I can't remember how TF I got there in the end in 5 laps.
Okay, someone was a bit high when they were racing. Let's have a little look. Now, Astro's caught up to the back of these guys.
Don't know why I thought that Kanata was closer than he really was at the end of the straight. And took too wide not to call it again in this.
Ah, fair enough. No, fair enough. You are slowly closing in on Kanata though. So let's see where you end up getting to. Let's just check the top group. Top group's not really much change. Yuri set the fastest lap of the race at the moment. Go on, Jezza. Jezza's up the inside of Danger. Danger now on the outside. Jezza goes through for 7th position now. Just a bit further back, we got Astro trying to make short work of D-Dubs. D-Dubs is not a driver that you make short work with, as there's more collisions and contact just up ahead.
Let's go, Jet's a goat.
Jezza is the goat. He's been here long enough to be a goat, I think, of ALR. I think it was his first season, like season 8 or something like that. I need to double check. Radiate sends out the inside, completely unsettles Danger. Danger's now down into 9th position, being forced into the inside line. Uses the Jag's acceleration, just about gets ahead, just about gets in front of Radiate as he's going to squeeze his way back in. Astro, your turn. Let's see what you can do. Porsche versus McLaren. McLaren has got the top end. You dip back in, dip back out. Let's have a little look further up ahead as Danger. Whoa, Danger. Okay, great move done by Radiate, but I need to go back and have a little look at that before I come back and have a look at Astro's move, because this was from fucking nowhere. Jezza wisely spotted it. I think Danger was trying to let Jezza back through and ended up impeding Jezza even more. So Radiate's got free double overtake. Astro's gotten past D-Dubs straight over the inside. He's managed to make that move stick as well. Yeah, Dangerous was trying to let Jezza back through, and in actual fact it's cost him even more time. Because here comes Astro. Astro's got a lot more momentum here. Fires it up the inside. Off goes Danger. D-Dubs is going to come in as well. So Danger's been hung out to properly dry at the moment. He's been hung out on the wind, caught with his pants around his ankles. So Astro in 9th position. Jezza is his next target in 8th. Jezza's next target is Radiate in 7th, way further down the road. Zab and Kanata are still glued together. Zab's going to go for it. As we're going to be side by side. I hate the cinematic cameras at the moment. Through the right hander. Kanata's now going to have the inside for the left hander. Zab's going to hold out a wide. Kanata's going to hold the inside. Zab tries to get the drive. He's not able to get the drive at the moment. BT's in fourth. He's closing in on the back of Yuri. Yuri's closing in on the back of Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan is falling off the back of him. This driver, yeah, whatever this driver is. I think we just need to blur out this one in the videos. We need to edit the videos and just have a blur here whenever it says T4B 94 up here. We're going to go back to more interesting action though.
It doesn't exist. Obi-Wan is leading.
Yeah, that's the attitude I like. That's the attitude I want. Zab has managed to get through Kanata. Zab has managed to get past Kanata down the straight. So Kanata's drive up to 5th position from 15th to 5th does not exist. It's now 15th to 6th. But no, it's still 15th to even the top 6 is a great drive, considering. Radiate's in 7th, Astro's in 8th. Jez is in 9th at the moment, so Jez has still got a good position. Astro's got a good position considering the double murder he's had. I think it was double murder. Danger's still holding the top 10 at the moment. D-Dubs nearly goes into the back of him. Weapons in 11th. NTO's going to come in, put a new set of softs on, probably going to go for fastest lap.
Only one murderer.
Okay, fair enough. We'll one murder them. I know Porsche not had a great time here at this circuit, but murdered a fair few times by a different driver. Now, the battle between Zab and Kanata still going at it. Kanata takes us wider entry, tighter exits. Now, Kanata gets the drive down the straight. Zab's now on the left-hand side. It's now going to be a straight horsepower race down the back straight. Kanata's got the advantage at the moment, but here comes the second part of this straight. This is where the Porsche might start to struggle as to actually... Nope, they're not going to struggle. They're both in the exact same speed. Kanata holds the inside line. They both hit their marks. They both hit their braking point perfectly. Kanata's now back up into 5th position, so 15th to the 5th is back on. Just behind Astro's closing in on the back of Radiate with 1 lap to go. Yuri is reeled in. Obi-Wan 38.6 that last lap, 37.9 from Yuri. So Yuri looking at potentially making it an AMG 1-2 for a second time.
Are you gonna do Tokyo after this?
Might have dinner first, we'll see. Give me a hot minute though, because my missus...
What kind of Porsche is that? He has a different one. Mine is dropping off of a McLaren while in slip.
Have you not known your teammates bought the extra upgrade? Your teammates spent a little bit more money on the Porsche. Porsche horsepower exists in this car. In yours it doesn't exist. Yours is trying to think of the German car company that doesn't have that much power. There's not one, that's the problem. So Astro in the wheel tracks of Radiate now. Swings to the right hand side. As we now get halfway down the straight, this is when the GTR is going to start coming back. 157, 158. Actually no, Astro, you might be lucky this time. And if Radiate doesn't try and go around the outside of you, he does try and go around the outside of you, but I've missed something because I'm looking at Porsches. Yuri goes up the inside of Obi-Wan, and on the last lap of the race, Yuri gets P2 away from Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan's been in the top 2 or top 3 for most of this race. The strategy for the AMGs has worked. Obi-Wan's going to try and hold on to P3 for as long as humanly possible. We're on the last lap of this race at the moment. He's not got that long to go. He's got about another minute to to hold off BT. BT's just behind on mediums. His mediums aren't looking that great. Just behind that.
Have a nice livery to look at.
They do. They do have a nice livery to look at. Zab's gone back ahead of Kanata. Kanata's got to try and do that move to get his 15th to 5th title that he said about earlier. As we've got a little bit more to go. As NTO's penalty is going to do the grass trick to get rid of that penalty. He's not going to be able to do the fastest lap because of the penalty. We're going to come back to the driver that we're going to blur out in this video. An absolute flawless drive from him. Really, really dominating drive tonight. From 10th to the top 5 in a couple of laps. He's going to come through and get a double victory here at Fuji. A win in the sprint, a win in the feature, superb strategy as well. He comes over the line to take victory here. His teammate has done all the work for the AMGs yet again. Had to hold off most of the field. Yuri gets 2nd, Obi-Wan gets 3rd, BT gets 4th. Zab is going to get 5th position, so Kanata's 15th to 5th doesn't exist. It's clickbait. Kanata gets 6th, Astro's 7th, Radiator 8th, Jez is in 9th position. D-Dubs gets 10th, he does eventually get... Okay, I'll sort that out in a second. D-Dubs gets 10th, Danger gets 11th, Weapon gets 12th.
Another banging race from Yuri.
It is another... Well, I'd say it is a banging race from him, considering he did all the work for the AMG teams. Tommy just turned up. That's all Tommy has to do is turn up. We're going to watch Yuri NTO for the final few corners of this race as I get the standings up. Where are we? Tier 4 blue. There we go. So, Tommy extends the lead a little. He extends his lead to 17 points over Kanata, who's in 2nd. Astro's in 3rd as NTO comes over the line. With Zap in 4th and Obi-Wan is in 5th position. Going over to the constructors, the 911s are extending their lead to the AMGs who are in 2nd, and the Jaguars are in 3rd position. Keep an eye on the chat, everyone. I might do Tokyo tonight. I'm not entirely sure, but keep your eyes out. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you all very soon.